Day one wrap up for Bitcoin Asia in Hong Kong. Here are my thoughts. First, the conference was well attended. It started a little slow, but by mid-afternoon, it was quite crowded. You could see that in the walkthrough video. Check it out. I spoke with event organizers and they told me last year they had 6,000 people attend. It's quite small, but this year they've sold 20,000 tickets. At the beginning of the day, they were wondering how many people would attend of those 20,000 tickets sold, but man, by mid-afternoon, it was clear that they had many more people than last year. A really good sign. Second observation. In the preview video from yesterday, I mentioned that I thought Bitcoin mining hardware would be present, but it would mostly be in the operators. I think I was right. And boy, there was a big Bitcoin mining presence. Tons and tons and tons. Again, see it in the walkthrough video. I did see some Bitcoin mining operators. I think there was one or two from the US as well. But overwhelmingly, it was all these different hardware providers, from the ASIC machines themselves to cooling solutions, and on and on and on and on and on it went. Less meme coin stuff than I thought. I was expecting more. Also, there was less like Bitcoin L2, Bitcoin ecosystem stuff. That wasn't nearly as present as I thought. Finally, I noticed early in the conference, especially when I was checking in, the number of passes, the number of kinds of passes for this conference seemed to be growing. They had the Pro Pass, they had the Whale Pass, the Sponsor Pass, Support, Media, and then General Admission. And I thought it was a little, I don't know, gimmicky at first, but once I got into the conference and certain areas were restricted to certain kinds of passes, it kind of made sense to me, because all of these conferences have the same problem. You want retail to come, but at the same time, when there's a lot of retail, it makes it much more difficult for people who are there to do business to find other people there to do business. And if you're a known public figure, then you're going to have to kind of avoid the conference floor. And so the signal to noise ratio can be difficult for people within the industry, especially higher up. And what I found was what might seem like a cash grab or a gimmick to kind of have more and more passes, I think actually works well in practice. It's a good strategy to address all the different potential participants at these conferences. So yeah, we're all having experienced it at a relatively busy conference. I think it probably is the way to do things going for other conferences as well. Finally, I saw some of the speakers today, especially liked the Balaji Mark Moss conversation. I posted about it through BTCTN a couple times. You can check those out. And Balaji, of course, also had kind of a keynote speech on the big main stage, which also was really nice. I'm looking forward to the speeches tomorrow, notably Eric Trump and Simon Jernovich, I hope I'm saying that correctly, the CEO and founder of MetaPlanet. And also I get to interview Mark Moss tomorrow. I can't wait to interview him and ask him some questions about his conversation with Balaji today. All right, so that's it. Really nice time. Oh, one more thing. Having just come from WebEx, it was really nice to not hear or see the word stablecoin basically throughout the day. It was everywhere and it was on my mind at WebEx, but here at Bitcoin Asia, nary a word about stablecoins, which is refreshing. All right, see ya tomorrow.